Oh. Hi everyone, the time has come for me to continue the installation of my AWE SwitchPath exhaust. A couple of weeks ago, if you watch my channel, you know that I've installed the mid pipe, and I was extremely happy with the way it sounded. But after driving this car for a couple of weeks, I decided that it's still a little bit too quiet. So that's why today, these are the pieces that are going on the back of this car. This means this section has to come off, and this is actually pretty straightforward. All you have to do is remove a couple of these 8mm and then 10mm clips. We're going to be unclamping the exhaust here. Again, if you are doing this for the first time, just installing the catback, you will have to cut your OEM exhaust here. Given the fact that I've already did the mid pipe first a couple of weeks ago, I already have the cuts here, so I'm gonna have to just loosen up the clamps, then undo the exhaust here, undo all the valving and whatnot, and everything should drop. So this should be a fairly easy install. And as you know, I get most of my performance products from Keys Motorsports or keys.com. I'm going to link them down in the description of this video so you can get your stuff if this is what you need. I'm also going to link all the tools needed to do this job in case you want to tackle this yourself. But now, let's get to it. So all the screws are out. Once they're out, you slide it out from underneath the diffuser, and this thing comes out. Let's take a look at it again with the shield off. So we're going to be undoing these clamps. Then as we move to the back, we're going to be disconnecting the exhaust valves. This for now will stay with the actual exhaust. We'll be disconnecting it from the hangers. I'm going to unscrew it here. And again, the exact same thing is happening on the other side. You've got the hanger here, you've got the plug, and of course the clamp that's down there. Once you loosen everything in the back, this should simply slide out. Next, we can disconnect the exhaust plugs. You see this little thing, this little bracket that sticks out? You push it down, you push the middle section down, and the whole plug will come out. And the last piece is you grab a 13mm and you undo the exhaust hangers. So one small thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to lower the exhaust in the middle because there's simply not enough clearance for me to slide this muffler out. So what I have to do is loosen up the clamps here, which will make the exhaust drop onto this X-brace, which will then hopefully give me enough clearance. The clamps are loose, then there's this exhaust hanger in the middle. It's a 10mm that I'm going to loosen up as well, and that'll give me enough clearance. So now with the exhaust lowered, you can see I have all the clearance in the world to be able to slide this piece out. Ow. This is the back section. The middle section is what I just took out. The outer section is the new AWE SwitchPath exhaust. Yes, something is missing, and that something is a muffler, because the only thing that muffles the sound in this back section are these flaps. The way it works is if you have the valves open, the exhaust gases flow through here and flow through there. Once you close the flaps, this bigger pipe gets blocked, so all the exhaust gases go this way. The only muffling that's occurring is all the exhaust gases bouncing off of here. It does muffle the sound a little bit. I did hear it in person, so I'm not really concerned there. Also, keep in mind that the turbo engines are known to be muffling the sound, which is why AWE went with this type of a design. Next, we're going to transfer the exhaust hanger from this one to that one, and I've got this handy dandy tool that every exhaust swapping person should invest in. You basically put it like that, squeeze it in place. Like it's easier while I'm not holding the camera, but you get the idea. Same thing on this side. In, squeeze it, bam. And obviously you do the same thing to these two hangers in the back. Since we're chasing the rain, let's do these pipes first and then let's worry about the tips. You've got this connector sleeve that you slide it into, then you hook it up on the hanger, and as you can see, the exhaust comes out on this side, and it is the right side because it goes around all the components in the back, and this is where we're going to be hooking up the rear section. So let's do the same thing on this side. Luckily, I have a lift. You put it in and you attach the exhaust bracket up there. Next, we're going to transfer the exhaust valves from the old one to the new one. You take the whole assembly out, transfer it here. Just make sure you position the spring onto the actual controller, and you should be good to go. Now with the valve controller in place, with your clamp installed, and with your hanger, you slide the exhaust on. And what we can do is you can hand tighten it up here on the actual hanger, because as we do that, we still have to connect the valve cable. But to do that, we have to use an extension, because you want to get the cable out of the way. So you're going to be routing the extension behind the little heat shield here, but it's super easy to access. Then you hook up the OEM sensor, hide it behind the heat shield, and we're done. When I say we're done, we are not really done because everything is loose. So I'm going to spend some time now tightening everything. I want to be able to align this as best as possible. I'm going to start from the front of the vehicle and I'm going to work my way back. I'm almost aligned. The almost final step is to take these beautiful exhaust tips, put the tightening screw, but now put it in from the top so you can adjust it from the bottom. And the idea is to put the tips on. Once you put the tips on, you will be adjusting it here. So I left those two sets of clamps down at the bottom loose because I will tighten those last. The height and the alignment of the tips, I will adjust with this clamp here. Once I'm happy with the way they sit and whatnot, I will tighten it here, and then that last clamp at the very end will be the last piece I do. And we are done. First thing you have to notice is how amazing these exhaust tips look. I think the alignment looks okay. Again, it's super easy to do. You just loosen everything up. Down here at the bottom, this is what the setup looks like. All the clamps are tightened. Everything is nice and pretty. All this empty space now where the other muffler used to live. Let's put the plastics back on, lower the car, and see if we can start it for the first time. The real test is, after I start the car, whether or not my wife will come running out. Fingers crossed. Admire this sound, because yes, cold start was pretty loud, but then after 7 seconds or so it stabilized and it sounds pretty good. See, as the car is idling, it's almost as stock. It is late out, it's raining out, but I have to go for a spin. These are the settings that I'm in. So, in efficient, check this out. Sounds good. Then in sport, oh yeah. So my wife stayed in the house. This is a good sign. Had it in manual. Let's see. Inside you can't really hear much of a difference. Oh, and Sport Plus, holy smokes. Let's see if we can hear it outside. my, gunshots. Oh. Oh my God, that is so crazy. All right, let's go. All right, it's very slippery. I'm on summer tires and it's raining. Ah! Wow. I hope the camera can pick it up as I'm blinding myself with this light. On the highway, let's see. Oh my gosh. So I just turned off the flaps, or rather closed the exhaust flaps. Oh, shush. I closed the exhaust flaps and it's quiet. Okay, so this passes kind of the wife test. Let's see. So this is accelerating with the exhaust flaps closed. Quiet. I mean, I kid you not. This is as quiet as it's ever been. Now, let's see. Put in my M2, which is Sport, Comfort, 4-wheel drive. Wow. 0 drones so far. Yes, obviously we have to drive it in different ranges, or different rev ranges. But I've got to say, on the highway, feels very similar to what it sounded like before. Oh my gosh, but when you get on it, holy smokes. Whoa! The camera's not gonna pick it up. I'm gonna have to do a dedicated video with a proper microphone like I used to do back in the day. Wow! Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put it in Sport Plus. Very slippery with these tires. Wow! Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I needed. All right, let's see. Wow. You hear this? Oh my God. Okay, that is pretty cool. That is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna be testing this exhaust out for the next couple of months or so. See how I like it. I mean, judging by the grin you see on my face, I like it a lot. Oh my God. But we're not going to be driving it in Sport Plus because this is just absolutely obnoxious. But in Sport, oh my God. So look, I'm in Sport mode. Let's throw it in manual mode, just to keep the revs up a little bit. Guys and girls, this is exactly what I've been looking for. I think I've proven my point. Let me know what you think of this exhaust. Again, very hard to judge for you. And then now that I removed the microphone and we're only going with the camera's microphone, I'm sure this is harder to pick up. But wow, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Curious to hear what you have to say. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.